could apply this to any yoga class or flexibility training in general. And it's great to do, especially if you've been sitting all day, because your hips are in hip flexion when you're seated, and we need to get them into extension. So, we're going to begin by getting into a lunge like this. And if this hurts your knee, you just need to double up your yoga mat and put your knee on top of the doubled up part, or put a blanket underneath your knee. Anything that'll help make you more comfortable is great, okay? Nothing wrong with modifications and adjustments. Make sure your front foot is ahead of your knee, not like this, but forward. The longer your stance, the more effective it'll be, okay? Now, I'm in this lunge with my low lunge with my knee down, and I'm going to square the hips. Squaring the hips is very important. You basically bring the left hip forward and the right hip back, okay? And then you have to tuck your tailbone, okay? If you stick your butt out, you don't get a stretch in the hip flexors here. You want to emphasize the stretch here by always posteriorly tilting. And I like to do that by putting my one hand underneath my belly button and the other hand behind my lower back, right on the tailbone or sacrum area, and I bring the front up and the back down like this. Okay? See the difference? This is before, and then this is after. Okay? And now while you hold the squared position and the tucked hips, you bend the front knee. Okay? And one last thing I didn't mention is that your back foot should be parallel with the mat. If it's going like this, that means it's turning out. It's not good. So parallel like this, straight ahead, tucked, squared, bend the front knee. Got it? And you can raise the arms up. And this will be step one. Okay? This position is just a regular lunge, and I'm going to do the other side now as well with the same cues. This time I'm going to do it with my left foot forward. And again, make sure the back leg is parallel with the mat. I'm going to square the hips again. So this time the right hip goes forward and the left hip goes back. And tuck the tailbone as well. It doesn't matter what order you do it in, as long as you affirm those two actions of squaring and tucking. And then, while you hold that position, you bend the front knee. So the back leg is in hip extension. Okay? The front leg is in hip flexion. The back leg is in extension. The hip extension is a range that we often miss out on. And the goal of this video is to help you get better at stretching these hip flexors to help you get more hip extension so that you could have a full range, normal hip range. Okay? Now in this position you could also raise the arms up and bend the front knee. Try to tuck your tailbone again in this position. And remember to breathe. That's one thing I did not mention, but take deep breaths. These are positions that are comfortable for me by now, and I could breathe and talk, but for you, it might not be. So please breathe evenly and consistently. Thanks for watching this video, and find my next video, the part 2 of this video, to continue and take these stretches to the next level. Thanks for watching.